Tomorrow is my birthday, and I fully plan to have some fun with that in my intro, folks. But instead of thinking back to fond memories, I've been once again forced to reflect just a little bit harder on more pressing things. Things that aren't really reminding me of my past and actually kind of ruining my current state of affairs. See, it's been a while since we addressed negative feedback that we get for the show, but this one kind of stuck in my craw, and it's stuck deep. So now I have to use this intro time to get a little more real than usual, and to get ahead of this shit before it grows. Sorry, folks, my hand was kind of forced into this. Thanks to an unnamed, but pretty easily identified friend, I had to once again reflect on how we're being perceived as a show, and how we want to be perceived as bringing something original to the table each and every week. We all know there's a veritable ton of shows out there, and all of us struggle to find our way in a sea of similar-sounding talking heads. We get it. There's nothing really original about this show's format. It's just a bunch of guys sitting around making dick jokes. But we've always stood behind one thing. No matter how good or bad these episodes might be, it's always been 100% us. So when that friend recently accused me, of plagiarizing my intros from people more famous than I'll ever hope to be, it fucking hurt. It hurt bad. It hurt deep. Look, we're a lot of things, but we're not hacks. Not now and not ever. We don't cop ideas and we don't steal words. And we work really hard to stick to that plan each week, no matter how many hiccups get in our way. Get it? Got it? Good. I'm not going to beat this point to death. But to recap, aim your accusatory guns elsewhere and choke on that, friend. Can I get back to my intro now? All right. Tomorrow, I add another candle to an already crowded cake. And that's caused a lot of reflection too. Look, we're not young guys anymore, and we're reaching an age where birthdays aren't as guaranteed as they once were. Because of this, I'd like to share a little essay I wrote just this morning. Nothing big, just my own honest, deep-rooted personal reflection on my past, and how it can be hard to escape the memories no matter how hard we try to grow. Ready? Here goes. I had a friend. He was a big baseball player, back in high school. He could throw that speedball by you, make you look like a fool.
Brad.
No. Shh. My time. Saw him the other night at this roadside bar. I was walking in. He was walking out. We went back inside, sat down. We had a few drinks.
Is that all you were talking about?
Well, that's all he kept talking about. It was glory days and how they pass you by. Glory days, like in the wink of a young girl's eye. Glory days and glory days. But he went on. There's a girl that lives up the block. Back in school, she could turn all the boys' heads. Sometimes on a Friday, I'd stop by, have a few drinks after she put her kids to bed. Her and her husband, Bobby, well, they split up, and I guess it's 2 years gone by now. We just sit around talking about the old times. And she says when she feels like crying, she starts laughing and thinking about, you guessed it, glory days. In the wink of a young girl's eyes, glory days, glory days. So to my accuser, I would just love to see you fucking come up with something that good. Until then, Maestro, get off the turnpike and hit my completely original goddamn music.
Hello, welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Craig. I'm here with Brad and Dave and Mike. He's back.
What's up?
He made it back.
Everybody passed the hat. You all owe me money.
Yeah. Mike made it back, man.
Yeah.
So, how's your weeks been?
How is most of your
good.
2019?
Yeah.
been?
It's great. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. Fucking whatever. The situation. Fucking
How was Christmas?
the body situation.
Thanksgiving?
Christmas, what do you mean?
Thanksgiving was
Come
good?
on. No, it was all right.
Did you have a good Halloween?
What the fuck? Halloween was fun.
Columbus Day was a big deal for you. How would that go
Not that
for
long.
you?
It's only been a week.
Flag Day. How was Flag Day?
It was fun. Fucking assholes.
Some of you might remember Mike from such episodes as 2017.
Yeah. It was an exciting return, Mike. I'm glad you locked on to that.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, shit. Dave, how was your week?
It was a little up and down this week. Started off good. My Clemson Tigers won their national championship. I'm not a bandwagon fan. I went to school there back when we sucked.
Nice.
Yeah. Back when Florida State was just wiping their ass with the rest of the
Well, you were
country.
there.
Yeah.
So
So you like college baseball?
A little bit, yeah.
you're sure they didn't have the variable pick of the litter while you were there.
It's easy to stand out in South Carolina, though.
I'd actually like to use this opportunity just to raise a glass to a second college degree on this show.
Hey, can we raise our glass too?
Well,
Yep.
you
Spell glass.
All right. Who's next?
Oh, shit. But yeah, it was a big win.
Yeah, it was a big one. It was fun. But then my week got a little weird. You know, the baby got sick one night.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, my wife's taking the baby. She's halfway up the stairs. The baby gets sick. She stops like, Dave? I'm like, what happened? And she just panics on the stairs. And then she starts heaving. So now I got a baby and a wife both getting sick. From 7 stairs into the
stairs.
bathroom. The poor baby, she gets it out. She's feeling good, but then she sneezes.
Oh,
She
man.
looks like fucking Tony Montana at the end. She got white shit coming out of her nose. I'm cleaning up her puke with my hand, my feet rubbing my wife's back. She's getting sick.
It must be great to have a baby and not be able to handle watching someone throw up.
Oh, because that's all
it's
babies
out,
do.
man.
That's
The
all.
first 6
yeah.
months of their life, they shit and vomit.
That's it. That's for no reason.
No.
They just like,
Oh,
just like shit flies out. You're like, what the fuck was
You
that
ever
all
wonder,
about?
like with the cavemen, like how long it took them to realize that the babies needed their help? 'Cause, like if you watch a baby deer, like within minutes that deer's hunting.
Yeah.
Like that deer will get up. It's a little wobbly for a few minutes, and it's sprinting through the woods, and it's like it's always been there.
Yeah.
And we take like 2 years to get our shit right, and and
man,
4 years before they're actually not doing it in their pants. Like, do you ever wonder if like the cavemen just abandoned these things because they were such a fucking nuisance?
I know nobody can see our faces, but Mike looked confused when Brad said you only do poop in your pants till you're 4. Yeah, I know. I said poop again. Yeah. Shit. That's all right.
poop alert.
Poop has become a word of the show. Thanks to
Can't help it,
Brad's
man.
wife.
Damn it.
Tomorrow is my birthday, and we're going to be playing the game I got her for Christmas. I got her a card game called Poop.
Really?
It's on my kitchen counter right now for
You have
everyone to see.
Poop on your kitchen counter.
I do.
You're going to play it with your wife.
I'm going to do just like Dave does. I'm going to play Poop, and then I'm going to use my foot to rub her back. You want to know why she kept puking?
Oh, that vomit was bad. What's that? What is that? Oh.
She's sitting there half nauseous, worried about her kid, and this giant yellow corn-covered toe starts coming ever closer.
Curly hair on its
Your
own.
wife's a
Touches
pretty
her nose
tough
first.
chick, but no one's in it.
Fucking corn chips.
It looks like corn chips
Vinegar.
She's like, what the fuck? Vinegar and corn chips. Oh, God.
You had just stayed upright. She would have been fine.
The poop game doesn't sound so bad now.
Poop's nothing, man. When you got vinegar and corn chips.
Come on over. You can be the dealer. But anyway,
So your week sounds like it's going to end fun. How did it start?
how did I write it on the outline? I don't even want to misquote myself. It was like masturbating with a nail file. Painful, but ultimately productive. Basically, it's a hard way to get there. But ultimately, I had satisfaction, and that came today. It was a good week of work. I can't complain. I do love my job. For all the bitching and moaning we all do about our jobs, we have good weeks, we have bad weeks. I got a great job. I got a great company. Life is good. And I hope I don't get a severance letter on Monday. I want to thank Craig. Again, I feel like I spend every week in review lately thanking Craig. But Craig is taking part in what is becoming the longest 6-mile move in history. You can actually see my old house from my new house.
Yeah.
It's straight across the water there. And yet we just now turned over the keys. And Craig somehow managed to secure...
That was a subtle way of Brad saying I have a water view now.
And it was a less subtle way of saying Craig is at my beck and fucking call. I say, Craig, carpet. Ding, 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 ding. What's the cost to me, Craig? I'll pay you whatever. 0, Brad. Yeah. Life is good. Wednesday night, hammering carpet. I'm in the kitchen pretending to clean.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. He's still at it. He's still at it. Yeah. No, I did a sick job. The owners were very grateful, and they've got a much better looking house to go into now. And I wish them luck. It's a tough road to sell on. It's right on a main road. You know, anybody who listened to our outdoor shows heard all the traffic and the moped gangs that went
Wasn't
by.
too bad, but I mean, whatever.
But my kids can play in the street now.
Yeah.
You know, my kids can ride their bikes.
in the driveway.
They've already done it.
Shit, they freaking walk down that driveway. They're already tired. Doesn't matter. They ain't gonna get to the freaking to the street.
Was it last weekend? I pulled up, and no, the weekend before I pulled up in the driveway. The kids were they were on their scooters and stuff. In the driveway, having a blast.
It's a different world. A few miles away and worlds away. You know, I said it on that episode. So it's been great, but I got to raise a glass to you. My first toast of the evening goes to Craig. Thank you.
No problem.
Through and through.
Anytime.
Absolutely great.
Well, not
Thanks, Craig,
anytime,
for
but
helping Brad out.
Let's slow this shit down a minute. No, I'm just kidding.
As long as we keep the pricing intact, I'm good. I don't care.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and the last thing, I have 3 coworkers in New York City now saying meat beef.
Nice. Meat beef has become I've been saying that a lot.
I have 4 different T-shirt designs I'm ready to share
Yes,
with you
definitely.
guys.
I know.
There will be a meat beef one. One of them has an anus on it. I don't know if we're going to sell that. But it's like a family-friendly anus. I'm going to give it eyes.
It's smiling.
Make it
Smiling right at you.
Can you make it look plaid?
So
It's a burly anus.
So
Brilliant.
everybody's pretty much got a good idea how my week went. I put Brad's coffee in.
Right.
And, I had a great time last week. The show was good. We did it. Dave's not his first show, but his inaugural show.
And I wasn't
as
there.
an
I'm
actual
sorry,
member of Needless to Say.
We should
And
ask
Mike
him.
fucked him straight up.
Dick.
Yeah.
Such an asshole, man.
Yeah, you did. It's like, oh, fuck, Dave's there. I'll tap out. Fuck it.
That's
But I got to ask Dave, and I'm sorry for interrupting your week, but I think how
You've been
different...
doing it for fucking months.
years.
And newsflash, I've never really been sorry. But I got to ask, was it different doing it as an official member of the show versus just being a guest?
Not really, man. No, man. It was
Good.
Because for me, the whole reason I wanted to come out was just to hang out with you guys and have fun.
Good.
And that was the same thing that happened last week. So
Yeah.
for me, it was like no different. You know what I
That
mean?
was
Like,
that was the correct answer, right, guys? That was correct.
stay. Other than the only difference was you had the outline this time because last
Yeah.
time you showed up, we
Yeah.
just did the show, so you were just more
winging it.
tuned
Like-
into what we were doing last time. That was the only difference.
That reminds me, we got to get that second giant monitor up in Studio B.
Oh,
Whenever-
we'll do that.
whenever you're
We'll do
ready.
that once the temperature reaches tolerable. But anyway,
We'll have Craig do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Craig, I'm done now. Buy me tile.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I know just the guy that can put it in for you.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, my week wasn't too crazy, but there's someone's week who's getting
Could be worse.
fucking it could be way worse.
I figure by not charging me for the job, you lost a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Bezos. What are we agreeing on for the
You
name?
say Bezo, I say Bezo.
Bezos.
Let's just call him asshole.
Yeah.
Let's call him Jeff.
Cockknocker from Amazon.
Douchebag.
We ain't selling any merch on fucking Amazon now, are we?
Oh yeah, we will. They don't give a fuck about
Well,
that.
actually, he needs money now.
Yeah. He needs about 50% more than he had. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But give me the headline, Craig.
Jeff Bezos or Bezob, whatever, is divorcing without a prenup. $137 billion on the line.
I got to hand it to him for not having a prenup, even in the early days of the internet. And let's think back to like, you've seen the pictures. He's got like a spray painted Amazon.com thing hanging over his giant CRT monitor. Like there was no reason to believe he was going to be any different than any other .com going belly up real quick. You know, start with a boom, end with a bust.
I mean, this is a guy started, it was just a fucking book trading website.
His whole
garage.
That's all it was.
It was just designed to get college kids easier access to used books.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that probably would have made him a nice little chunk of change as it
definitely.
grew. The fact that everybody and their mother just automatically, it became the Google of retail.
Yes.
How on earth did you take that and get from point A to point Z? I can't imagine how many things he had to do right in a row to make that happen.
And not only that, and just be straight up ruthless. That's the thing, too.
Was he ruthless or just smart?
He was fucking he's ruthless right now, still to this day.
Giving half his fortune to a woman that doesn't necessarily deserve it.
Yeah, that's another thing
you
too.
Don't
That
care. I mean,
Why else would he be so willing to do it?
Yeah, I don't think that bothers him because he's looking at it. He's like, I'll make that money back in no time.
yeah, so
'Cause
that
he's going to.
that 137 billion is actually half of his fucking. That's fucking nuts.
If
man.
he wrote
Almost
a book called How to
300
Cheat on
billion.
Your Wife, and
Tiger would buy it.
yeah, but I mean, How to Cheat on Your Wife and Get Away with It and still be a billionaire. I guarantee you, he'd probably make $1 billion on that fucking book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
You know, I give the guy credit. He's owned up to everything.
Yep.
He's-
But I've called it and I've said it before. Amazon's going to buy Netflix.
Yeah.
I've said that. That's what's going to happen. Amazon's going to buy Netflix.
Yeah.
They're going to become the Walmart of fucking of streaming, just like they're the Walmart of the internet.
Oh, streaming. I thought you were getting into an R. Kelly thing. We're talking about that later.
Yeah, that's later.
No, but and they're going to eventually the world's going to be run by two companies, and it's going to be Amazon and Walmart.
That's fucking crazy
You know,
though, man. Well, I
but-
mean, imagine having that fucking kind of money.
It's insane. It's fucking insane.
What the fuck would you do, Brad? Imagine that.
Well, I don't wanna lead
billion would it be?
Just think, it's
crazy.
With that money, wouldn't it be easier just to have her killed?
Nah,
Nobody
you
would
still,
know.
dude. You'll never spend 137 billion dollars, and well, I'm talking to the wrong guy here. You guys, everyone else out there, you will never spend 137 billion dollars. If you knock it on her door tomorrow, hey, you got $1 billion I can borrow? Yeah, but fucking, what would you do, Brad?
Oh, Jesus. I'd hire a lawyer now for my next marriage. I think it's smart to plan ahead, and I think she'd agree.
Right.
I'd probably hire her one, too, just to make the playing field level. I'd buy a new pancreas
Yeah, there's that.
and then better beer, like, right after that. Miller Lite's been good to me, but
Yeah.
And not Bud Light, Mike. Calm down.
All right. Damn it.
I think I'd have a lot of fun by buying this house in full, but by sending the mortgage company bags of nickels.
That would be fucking awesome.
I think it's important. And then I want to give them an iPod of MP3s of just me laughing the whole time. And then I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote the next one. I am reading this in case you're wondering. But I want to walk into Bank of America in a mink robe and boxers. And I want to demand that all employees start counting my fortune in $100 increments out loud.
What do you mean you don't know what you were thinking when you wrote that? That's you, dude, all the way.
Well, the next one's definitely me. I'd bring Mean Gene back to life.
I would
There you
I would
go.
pitch in for that one.
We talked about Mean Gene last week on the episode
Yep.
Mike still hasn't listened to,
Oh,
because
Gene.
he's busy and shit.
I'm gonna hear it tomorrow
'Cause
when I
he's
get back
busy
from my
and shit.
doctor's appointment.
And then I would buy a podcast house and live there 5 days a week. With which wife, I don't know yet. And then I get new brakes for my 2004 Jeep Cherokee.
It's about fucking time.
I would join one of those like rich guy secret society things. You know, they buy bums and hunt them.
I love movies like that. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of movies like that. No,
Fuck it, why not?
hey, get off the ground. You want to make some dough?
That explains
Wanna
why they
make a
call it
quick
the
50
Hunger
bucks?
Games.
Trolling off the back of my fucking aircraft carrier on the way there to the
Fishing.
Rolling for bumps.
Fishing off the back of your truck as you drive to work. Oh, I hooked one.
And I paid Brad's mortgage so he'd stop crying.
What the fuck happened this week?
I give Mike's doctor $6 million to make him bigger, faster, better, and stronger. That should be enough to get him downstairs for the next
Yeah, I don't know
episode.
about that. 6 million doesn't go a long way these days. Man.
I get it, but I still don't understand how you haven't figured out that gravity works in your favor. Coming down the stairs is the easy part.
Coming down the stairs is even worse sometimes.
I
Dude.
would have Dave's entire house and everything in it upholstered in flannel.
That's on my list, too.
How do you hide $137 billion from your wife? Anybody know?
Just hide it under the
Jeff
flannel.
Bezos doesn't. You can't fold that and put it in your wallet.
Still trying to imagine Dave's dream house. I'm sorry.
It's very warm and cozy.
Just looks like Eddie Bauer was just sitting there beating off the whole time. Oh! And like rows of flannel just appear.
Next time you go to New Hampshire, just stop at the LL Bean outlet. That's what it would look
That's
like.
it.
Yeah.
Don't buy
That's it.
pillowcases. There's never a cold side to the pillow.
No. Just wake up
It's always
sweating.
equally room temperature. It sucks.
All right, Dave, since we're talking about your home, what would you do with the money?
See, I was thinking more practical, right? I want to help out my friends. I'd have Craig's buddy lanced off his neck.
We have a fifth member of the show.
Buy another microphone for it, right?
I'm here with Craig, Brad, Dave,
damn
and
it.
neck thing.
I'm going to fucking nip this thing off one day. And these guys are going to be like, what the fuck? And that's it. Show's over.
All of a sudden, he's attractive. Well spoken.
Don't tell him that he's gonna go home and fucking slice his neck open.
He
by
shows up
accident
at the show.
tonight.
Guys, guess what? I know what you mean.
I'd probably help Mike out. I was thinking I'd get him like a full-time nurse, but not just like a nurse. Like someone looks like Chrisley from Chrisley Knows Best would be Mike's nurse full-time.
Great. Fucking A. Hey, whatever. It's all good. Oh, son of a bitch.
I also thought
That's
I'd help
great.
Brad put some emotion in his voice, but he's showing us something tonight.
A little bit.
He's
Yeah,
showing us a little
He
bit.
did.
Not bad.
He's like, this is my intro. Check it out. It is awesome.
He's the only guy that I know that gets excited when he listens to Stephen Hawking.
Listen to the emotion in that guy's voice. It's insane.
Boo hoo hoo. That was Brad laughing, crying, by the way.
Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh
Wah,
damn!
wah.
I'm sorry.
Cheer up, Brad.
Cheer up, homie.
Fuck you, freshman. Give me a beer.
Go Clemson. Go Clemson.
I'm glad he's laughing. Seriously, give me a fucking beer.
Oh fucking A.
Oh, shit.
And then he doesn't.
That is
Oh, he
fucked up.
did get it to me. Look at that.
That is fucking funny. I would definitely have a fucking fleet of ambulances fucking follow me around wherever I went. Rescue.
Listen to
fucking
Mike.
vehicles.
Instead of just paying the money to get healthier, he's
no, fuck that.
he's
man.
like, I don't want a parachute. I'd much rather have a
Hold on.
10,000
I don't wanna
pillow.
spend time in
I
the
have an
hospital.
issue here. I noticed something. Dave written something down.
Oh.
I would probably buy an island and leave Craig on it.
Oh yeah! Damn it.
You can make it out of that neck thing.
Neck Island. Neck
Be like that
thingy
sea
island.
of garbage in the North Pacific.
Where do you live? The other side of the thing.
Neck asshole.
Shows up in tins of beef.
Oh, fucking A.
God damn. This is making it sound like I got a fucking Easter Island head fucking sticking off my neck. This thing's a fucking centimeter by a centimeter.
Dude, you're fucking killing it today. You're making him think about his voice, him think about his neck. Fucking everybody's all fucked up.
Yeah, next week, Brad's going to come in on uppers. Craig's going to come in with bandages around his neck.
Wearing an ascot. I'm bringing it back.
with a giant bulge in it. Oh God. Oh, fuck
Hanging out with Craig is like those old 50s 3D movies where they purposely like poke things at you.
Every time he turns left, the audience ducks.
There's a ball shaking and looks at the person.
Those movies were the best. Like, oh no, they're in a pool hall.
Oh
Mike's
shit.
going down. Get the ambulance now.
I think Mike's going down. He said,
That's why you got it. That's why.
every time he takes the left, every time he looks at the fucking screen, he fucking smacks it.
I don't know if you guys heard, but Dave screamed, "Mike's going down," and Leslie just came running. You actually, you heard sprinting from 2 rooms away.
The funny thing was, is I thought she was sprinting down here. She was actually running out to the street with her arms up. fucking like the end of a Rocky movie. We did it, Lola. God damn. All right, so that's fucking just a gross, fucking disgusting amount of money.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But for anything for money, people could do gross and disgusting things.
I would do some shady shit. For a
Yeah,
lot of money.
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
I do it for a lot less money.
Right?
yeah.
Do it for a fucking Twinkie
shit,
right
yeah.
now. Fucking damn it.
But this person was doing their thing for a spot to eventually make money. Not a whole hell of a lot either.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like she was going to be a millionaire or anything off of it. Maybe eventually if things went well. But we realized right away it wasn't going to go well.
Yeah, well, Brad knows the situation. I mean, it was kind of like an attention-getting kind of.
Well, we should
deal,
probably
right?
introduce the headline because right now we're
Yeah,
just
there you
babbling
go.
about
Well,
some
no,
hypothetical person.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, the headline was WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, is in an uproar over a star.
I wouldn't call her a star.
I definitely not. And definitely not after I read the rest of the headline. I'll say it all in full so you get the full effect. WWE in an uproar over star forcing tampon down a rival's throat.
Yes.
My throat sounds like I got a tampon shoved down it right now.
That's the most emotional you sound all night.
Yeah, it figures when he's got something down his throat.
I got a string here. Can I just hang this on your neck thing?
Tie it around it tight so it falls up.
Nice.
Bullshit.
I need extra string to get it around there. But basically what happened, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
WWE is running this thing. They decided that rather than do tryouts privately and not have an audience react to people, you know, sometimes they would try wrestlers out privately and they would say, oh, yeah, they got it. And then they put them in front of a crowd. Nobody would react.
Yeah.
So they're doing these tournaments and they're staged to be like tournaments, but what they're really doing is gauging crowd reaction.
Yeah. They're like, what do you call it?
Smart, it's a good idea.
When they do it with like sitcoms and stuff, what do they call them? Test screenings?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a test screening.
They're basically running a test screening and they're airing it on their network. So these people are getting notoriety. Even if you're a diehard wrestling fan, you know who this girl was.
Yeah.
But they're not employees yet. So they were doing what they do and they wrestle in every bar and VFW hall around.
Yeah.
And this girl, and I don't even have her name in front of me, but it doesn't really matter. You type in wrestler tampon, she'll come up.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
I don't even really
I
want to
know
know
what the
her.
other wrestler's name was.
Well, actually, you know what? Before I go any further, can we just play the audio?
Hey, tuna! You want to taste the tuna?
Yeah, I don't think you're having that for lunch tomorrow.
No.
What the hell was she saying? That fucking taste the what?
Taste the tuna.
You want to taste
Oh
the
my
tuna.
god, taste the fucking.
But that was the girl's name she was
And
feeding, right?
Yeah, she was
Chumming.
she was reaching out.
She was
She was reaching out and feeding her fellow wrestler.
feminine chum. That's what that was.
Oh,
She
God.
reached into her fucking panties.
Trunks. This is a sport.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. She reaches into her onesie, singlet.
And she was fucking, and she was like really reaching in there too, like fucking digging that thing out.
That's what I said
Like
when
it
I
was
saw the
tickling
video.
her heart or
I couldn't
something.
believe what a show. Anybody with a front row ticket it was a bar, by the way. It was like one of those big like Roadhouse type bars. And they set up a ring in the middle of the bar.
Oh, really? It looked
there were
like
no
a
barriers.
kind of
People
big
were just
fucking
standing
area.
around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
watching
fucked
her
up.
shove feminine products into this woman's
You
mouth.
mean that we could have got into that with
She
that
pulled
shit?
a
You know what I mean? It would've
tampon
been
out
fucking
of her. Well, obviously she didn't. It's wrestling.
I don't know. She was reaching
I don't
pretty
know,
good.
man. Yeah, she was
no,
deep.
she was reaching good. I think
She
it
was
must have
deep.
slipped near her asshole at that point. Because do you think that other wrestler was like, yeah, I'll go along with this. Like, this is a good idea. Because she sat there with her mouth open, like,
Yeah, she was like immobilized. This
Wait,
girl
is this-
spent 8 minutes trying to get a tampon out of her fake puss.
Yeah.
All right, and that other girl just looked like she was so out of it. And she couldn't get up and walk away.
Yeah.
Maybe ask one of the audience members. She's about to shove a fucking bloody tampon in my mouth. Can you
Somebody
maybe
help me.
step in between?
If I was sitting there and I saw a broad spend all that time trying to pull a tampon out and wave it around like she's trying to lasso a cattle,
No shit, man. That is fucked
everybody's got little dots on their flag.
up. Oh god. Oh, splatter.
it's rain and femme.
It's like a fucking crime scene.
Yeah.
CSI. Wait a
Smells
minute.
like fucking
Wait a
fish
minute.
and pennies. And fucking she's spinning the fucking thing around.
This splatter pattern fucking goes throughout the whole crowd. What's going on here?
Fucking Jackson Pollock.
But she shoved it into the other woman's mouth.
And then, but right before that, what did she ask her again?
Do you want to taste the tuna?
Yeah, I felt like a line like that deserved one more mention. I know we said it 3 times.
No, I get it.
So the reaction to this was not good. Most of the more upstanding, high-class wrestling community
He laughs.
was very, very vocal on Twitter, saying, this really declasses our sport. This is a sport, I might add, that actually had a segment a few years ago where 2 different Indian wrestlers were blowing a flute trying
Yes.
to charm a guy who had a fake snake in his hand.
Yes.
Sock snake.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
sock snake. Like a sock puppet snake.
Oh, what?
And he
was it
started
fucking
to attack
Mick
himself.
Foley?
It wasn't Mick Foley.
Oh man.
It was Santino Marella, and he had like a snake sock. Because when it comes to sock gimmicks, only WWE could have 2. But they had 2 different Indian wrestlers, one in a turban, and they both brought flutes to the ring because
Yes.
that's what you do in a sporting event. And they did, and they charmed this sock snake back and forth. So again, high standards here, but they said it declassed the sport. Now I can understand if you're auditioning, like you're at a job interview.
Yeah.
Even if you know that's what the job entails, you wait for them to indicate that's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in her defense, she stayed cool about it. She's like, look, this is an adult only venue. Somebody had a cell phone. We were at a bar.
Yeah. But still, it's an adult only venue. I get it.
But it's fucking wrestling.
And it's wrestling. I get it.
I don't want anybody jumping on my head either.
No.
Don't try this at home. That's what they
that's
say
a-
before every episode
That's
of
a
Raw.
just a little over the top.
Okay, so jumping on the back of a guy's head and smashing his face into the mat, that's okay. But taking a feminine product with a little bit of blood on it,
Right, there you go.
That's over the line.
If Jake the Snake Roberts was like, "Oh, hold on," and just started pulling a rattlesnake out of his asshole and then threw it on someone's face, that was cool.
he would have had a much longer career if he did that.
No, but you guys got to look at it the other way, man. This could be a good vehicle in teaching young women wrestling fans about tampons.
Yeah, that's how you dispose of them. You stuff them in your
Stuff them in your brother's mouth.
Don't
when you're
flush
done.
them. They're bad
Don't
for the
flush 'em,
septic.
They're bad for the septic. You gotta wrap them up in a fucking piece of toilet paper and
Yeah,
then
and
stuff
shove
them
down
in some
somebody's
bitch's
mouth. That's what you got to do. I see where they're going with this. It's good. It's good. I like it.
It says it right on the packaging. Wrap it up in somebody else's gums.
No, but I mean, I'm not. I wasn't offended by it. I was grossed out by it.
I was too, and I
You know
thought
what
she
I mean?
went too far. Oh, I mean,
but
I'm presenting a counterpoint.
Yeah.
I just don't think she should potentially lose a gig with WWE. They have done some of the most outlandish gimmicks
No,
over the
of course
years.
they have.
They had an old woman. Ironically enough, the tournament is named after Mae Young, who was like a 91-year-old woman, former wrestler.
Wicked
Yeah.
good.
And she
Yeah,
and
I
she
remember.
took bumps to the
Little
very
tiny-
end. They
little
used to
tiny chick.
the Dudley Boys put an 85-year-old Mae Young through a table. Okay, I don't care who you
Yeah.
are. Okay, I'd like to put Mike through a table right now at half her age. I guarantee you he ain't getting up.
Oh, I'll
Yep.
get up.
Mae Young kept filming segments, but they did a segment with her
That's
where
$6
she
million.
was fucking Mark Henry, and she gave birth to a rubber hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What
that
is-
happened on live television, I might add. This happened in a bar and on a cell phone
Yeah,
video.
see?
She shouldn't lose any
know
fucking
what?
chance of a job.
Yeah, because it was taped on a cell phone. It was at a bar thing. It was an adult thing. I get it. So yeah, no, she shouldn't. She wasn't representing them. You know. So
I feel like Dave's got something to say here.
But is the WWE really in an uproar over this?
No,
Yes.
they're not. I don't think
There's
they
no
are.
way they are.
Well,
I don't think they are.
They're
You know
getting
why?
press.
This is what I think, because they don't have to fucking go out and get like scientific fucking stats on shit. They can fucking just do something like this. Now this girl, if her career goes up, they're gonna fucking do great. If her career goes down, that's just another way of fucking, you know what I'm saying?
it's so great. We get just like look
No,
forward to
it's
a
like
whole
a
bunch of
scientific
tampons and
experiment
anal
to them
for
without
the next
paying
five
the
years
the
of
person
wrestling.
in the experiment. It's like having doing an experiment and not paying the person for doing the experiment.
Yeah.
Which she's getting.
She's
paid.
giving them free data. I get
Right.
what you're
That's
saying.
exactly
This
what I'm
was
saying.
basically a great litmus test for them.
Right. Thank you. Jesus Christ! I could have just did all that with what? What is it? Litmus test.
Litmus.
I'm sorry. Hey, Craig, do you ever hear that one?
Yes.
You got degree?
Yeah. I don't
No,
have
you
a degree,
don't.
but I know what a litmus test is.
But I
Jesus
could have.
Christ.
Yeah, I could have just solved it with that.
Mike, I wish
fucking-
you had degree.
Thank
I
you.
could smell you from here.
I use secret.
So strong you can skip a day.
I use secret.
Not several.
Is it really casting a bad light on the wrestling community?
No, well,
I guarantee this thing's running 24/7.
It's a
Walmart. and
billion-dollar
tasteless.
You
You know,
24/7.
we're trying to say it was disgusting and tasteless and offensive, and then that match that you were talking about with the snake, one of a midget ran into the ring and broke one of the flutes, right to save to save somebody. Yes,
A what?
a midget.
Nice.
Midgets are awesome.
I think taste in wrestling, you got to temper it. It's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Did she go too far? Yeah, I think she did. But I don't think it should hinder her potential because I don't know what
No,
she's like as a
great-
wrestler.
well,
That's
how
the
about-
only move anybody's ever
Well,
seen.
how
that's,
about-
that's the thing is you don't know, is she acrobatic? Is she like, apparently she's not. She's fearless, right? I'll say that. But can she fly from the top rope and do some sick fucking move?
They're putting a lot of stock into women's wrestling right now. I think that their argument is that it casts a bad light for non-wrestling fans. They're trying to get new audience. And their ratings are way down.
well,
You know what
yeah.
I was thinking? I just came to me. Would it be too far fetched to think that in the future the WWE will come up with a paid channel just for
They have it
just
already.
No, but I'm saying
just for tampon wrestling?
no, yeah, just for adults.
That's our finishing
Just
move.
for
It's called the
adults.
Clam Jam Delight.
Stop.
I think
Pay-per-view,
they
the
should
2020
hungry.
bloodbath.
Yeah, I think they should call it the Kotex channel with the KO capitalized.
Oh, nice. There you go. The Kotex channel. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
We didn't come to play.
I wonder if that
Tex.
chick got high. Made a tea out of it and fucking.
I just think they should name every pay-per-view Shark Week.
Oh shit!
Oh, can we get off of that? Because
Yeah,
every
let's
time
go,
I
yeah.
try to talk intelligently about this business, I'm really not helping my
There's
case
nothing
here.
helping you.
We're nothing at all.
Let's move on to something more.
Let's move on to what
other
50%
gross
of this
shit.
table
more
can talk about.
intellectual conversation. Giant fatberg measuring 210 feet is clogging up British sewers.
It's also clogging up this basement.
I swear to God, I didn't even use
know
that.
Mike had his passport.
I'm surprised because he spends hours every day union jacking off.
I know I'm buying stock in Drano.
No doubt, man.
Let's rewind a bit. What's a fatberg?
It's a wad of fucking coagulated fat in the sewer.
Hard and fat and like
wipes.
And
wipes, yeah.
It seems like baby wipes are a big component of this.
baby wipes and
Yeah.
oil, just fucking grease.
What do you mean by
named
oil,
it
though?
Manny.
Like what oil?
Grease. What was that?
They named it Manny.
They're gonna rename it.
Because it happened in 2010 and it's happening now, so it only happens sometimes.
Oh, what the fuck? That's fucked up, man.
Do you know how hard it's going to be next time he comes down here? He'll be like, "Hey, fatberg."
Except 210. Oh, I thought 210 feet. I thought you were
Feet.
talking.
Pounds?
I thought you were
Oh
talking
no!
pounds. That was way out.
fucking, they would have been like fucking 700 stone.
700 stone.
And it's not 210 feet; it's 250 meters.
Meters, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
820
yeah.
feet of fatberg.
That's fucking insane.
a lot of
Holy
fatberg.
shit. It's so fucked up.
But-
That's a fucking snake of fat in a sewer, man.
What's
God
happening
damn.
in this neighborhood? that
Well, it
there's
was
so
such a
much
big
grease and
fucking
baby
deal.
wipes going down the drain.
It was such a big deal that they actually took a couple of giant chunks of this thing and put it in a fucking plexiglass fucking case in a museum.
So they kept a part of the
They
fat. They
kept-
kept a historical fat.
Yes. What the fuck? Why?
Let's step back. This is a country that most of the people that live there can trace their fucking heritage back, like to the fucking 500s.
right.
They constantly find shit, swords. You know, it's a little girl swimming in the lake. She's like, "What's this?" Pulls out a fucking a Roman sword. Like, what the fuck? They're just tripping over this shit. You know, and they put that in a fucking museum.
Well, think about it. That thing.
Was it the fucking WWE museum in fucking London? What the fuck?
I
think
would
about
watch
it.
that match. I'm sorry, Mike.
No,
but
go ahead, bro.
I would watch a fatberg being pulled out of her panties right now. I would totally just she just keeps going with it.
But now you think about it. Now you think
Universal
about it.
Taste the Manny.
Oh my God! The fucking saying of the episode is right there. You want to taste the Manny? That's it, right there, bro. That's it.
Mike, finish your thought. There was something intelligent in
sorry.
No,
I
but,
didn't mean to-
but that's the whole fucking thing, though. Definitely, the Manny there is hiding probably all kinds of relics inside it. So they just cut to the chase instead of dissecting and making all these different cases. They just fucking
bunch
throw it in there.
baby white coagulated fat and Roman coins.
And a bunch of Manny's wife's empty fucking.
Next year's big movie is just
So
so.
rip his knife's just dangling on the top. Fucking, you know.
Next King of England pulled the sword out of Fatberg.
That's terrible. It's fucking.
You are not worthy.
It's so fucked up, man. Only fucking London would
Yeah.
do something like that.
It's
What's gonna
incredible.
be next? They're gonna fucking make a Winston Churchill fucking statue to the fucking guy out of fucking all their missing teeth.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking. That'll
Like
be
a
even fucking
fucking wax
ridiculous.
statue.
What the fuck, man? Fucking Londonites.
All right, so nobody's going to England anytime soon.
Is it Londonians or Londonites or fucking
Londonites is it. Londonians?
Londonians?
Londonians. all right. I gotta. Wasn't this the plot for Ghostbusters 2? It's just called Grossbusters.
Oh my God.
That's where Harold Ramis ended up.
Yeah. Oh, God. Coagulated and fucking.
Just glasses and a flat top floating around in London.
Oh, all kinds of tampons stuck in it.
Don't cross the streams. We can't.
I think you missed the best line on the outline though. Apparently, the last fatberg went on to win Britain's Got Talent. I don't even know who wrote that. Was it me? I don't even know. I thought it was Dave.
I was trying to take a sip of beer.
I can't believe I didn't see that they named it Manny.
Oh my
Fatberg
god!
had more teeth in it than the judges.
Just see Simon Cowell. Bravo.
Bravo!
The Fatberg had more teeth than the judges.
By a considerable margin.
Oh, fucking Dave. Oh, that's good. That was good.
Jack the Dripper.
They're like Cheerio. Nope, just fat.
Cheerio. Yeah, Cheerios, cornflakes, there's all kinds of shit in this fucking thing.
And because we haven't said it in 10 minutes, meat beef.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's definitely meat beef in that fucking thing.
I think meat beef's the cause of that.
Meat beef is definitely the cause
Wouldn't
of
it,
that.
be, wouldn't it be corned meat beef over there?
I probably. I just wonder, like, how many people are just finding the anuses and just flushing them, and that's how a Fatberg starts. Only one guy was noble enough to
anus.
report it.
Put it in the wipe and flush it.
Anuses.
Did you say
Ani.
ani?
Ani. Compiled ani.
It's made up of 75% coat hangers and fucking stem cells.
One of Christopher Reeve's testicles is in it. What the fuck?
A bunch of apology notes. Toodaloo.
I was wondering what the 15% FB meant on my ancestry results.
Oh shit! No, that's fucking gross. Let's get off this. Yeah, we're just continually gross shit.
Let's bring it stateside, baby.
Yeah, let's get
Speaking
back.
of gross.
Let's get back. Police searching for man caught on video licking family's doorbell.
Awesome.
This is so fucked up, man. When I saw this video, I'm like, what?
I wanted to buy.
I've been
I'm
fucked
gonna
up
buy
before,
one.
but
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those Ring doorbells. I want one for my house because it's got the camera on it. You can answer your door. You can do all that shit, and that's awesome.
you can answer your
and then,
door.
but then, or you can just.
you can even answer your door with these fucking things.
No,
dude.
you can answer your door from
Yeah.
away from home.
Oh, you can answer
Yeah,
it?
You can look at it, talk to the person, through
Yeah.
your phone that's at your door, even if you're not there.
It's a
Right.
great.
That's what I meant.
It's a great idea for strangers. Hey, I'm not home, but come on in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right out.
The best is that, but then
Craig's driving. I'll be right out.
driving home. I'll be right there in a minute.
I'll be right there. I'll be right out.
And
I'm
what's
in the
good about
shower.
your house is you spend about 72 episodes telling everybody just how much shit you've accumulated in it. And how much cash you stow away hiding it from your wife.
Guaranteed tomorrow morning, Craig will have cameras installed in his house now.
I got 3 dogs and like way more guns.
It's also going in the back of their car when they drive away.
But it's fucked up. As I thought, like it's such a great idea. And then I would have rather just skip that fucking video. All he did was lick it. I don't want to know about it.
I don't want to know what's at my door.
I would have rather just walked up. Why is my doorbell wet? Walked out and washed my hands.
I mean, he's just fucking standing there, just fucking licking and licking.
He was there for 2.5 hours.
He's not doing anything else but just like a fucking hen pecking at fucking
He
corn.
licked a few other things. He walked around the house and licked other shit around the house too, which was kind of scary because the guy's kids were home. That was the thing. He said the kids were home, so the guy was freaked out about
Thank
that.
God they didn't
obviously.
let him in.
He's like, yeah. He's like, my kids were
get
home,
licked.
so me and my wife, we finished our drinks. We saw.
What the fuck? The guy probably had a fucking seizure or some kind of fucking brain aneurysm or stroke. He's running
he
down
had a
the
stroke,
fucking
all
street.
right.
Running down the street trying to...
I'm going with the stroke plot.
He had a stroke. He couldn't use his arms and he's trying to get help.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. The guy's all plastered all over the news. His arms are paralyzed. Guy's
Trying to get
for 2.5
help and
hours,
shit.
just trying to get somebody to help him. Benefit of the doubt, man.
I don't think licking a light post was getting him very far.
It's
Doorbell made
improving
sense.
Creepy.
He licked a ton of shit in their yard. Like, I mean, he went around their house licking things. Like a weirdo.
I have been.
I mean, I
fucked
would have
up
got it if he
before,
ran
but
up, rubbed his dick on the fucking thing, and took off. Like,
I've been fucked up before, man. But what the fuck, man? Who go around licking shit on somebody's fucking property? I mean, what?
Yeah.
Does he? Did he even know the people? I didn't see anything in the
I would
story about
imagine
him even
not.
knowing them.
no.
Yeah,
Unless
I've never
it's
been-
you
Yeah,
can't-
like you got to know the people in order to lick their fucking doorbell.
Hey, what'd you do
That
last night?
makes it
I went to
right.
Craig's and licked the doorbell for 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's just
hanging out,
Dave.
Right.
Just hanging out.
It's just Dave being Dave.
Yeah. I've never been licked the doorbell for 2.5 hours drunk before. I've done some shit, but I've never gotten there.
I haven't licked anything for 2.5 hours.
Right? At some point, man, just spit on it and put it in.
It's amazing I'm still married.
There you go, Dave. This is my cousin, fuckface. Give me a beer.
Oh my god, that is so fucked up, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's fucking... So now I don't want a Ring doorbell.
What do you mean?
What, you don't want someone coming up to your house and giving you oral sex?
Yes!
Naughty dad jokes.
Yes!
Maybe a little cunnilingus. I knew those were bad when I wrote them.
Yeah, they didn't get better out loud.
I'm buzzed enough to think they're funny.
Sorry, you're talking to the asshole who
is
wrote
funny.
down Amazon grime.
Oh, my God. That is fucked up shit.
All right.
Maybe we've been thinking about this all wrong. Maybe Mike's onto a point. Maybe there was a practical reason for this guy. Maybe he just had a hair stuck to his tongue.
Exactly.
I've been there.
Yeah.
You know,
Hair in
which
your
I
mouth.
think may bring us to our next headline.
Yes,
right?
go.
much
Perfect.
like this guy's girlfriend. I mean,
Right.
boyfriend.
Sick.
This girl's boyfriend. Sorry. Woman, she's trying to raise money. And this is
It's just very generic. You're like,
We're
woman.
going back.
You're talking about Craig with the monotone thing going on.
This girl's trying to raise money. We're going back to England again. Going back to the UK. To January.
January.
This good-looking girl has launched this campaign to raise money to let women just be natural. So she's growing out all her hair, armpit, everything. Her bush probably looks like a pair of panties.
That's why those
Right
jeans
now.
are so puffy.
That's why those jeans are so puffy.
She's 22. She's got mom jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are like great grandmom jeans.
Right?
Now, fully grown out everything. There's a photo of her. We'll put a link up. We got to put a link up.
Oh, well, I think it's important.
It's important because she
No one
has,
should suffer with.
But
like
what
we have.
amazes me is the amount of
That
hair
is
that she has.
fucking
Her
gross.
legs. I've never shaved my legs ever. She's got hairier legs than me.
She has hairier legs than me.
She must. I mean, goddamn, the shaving must be incredible.
I'm not gonna lie. I have hairier legs than her, but this shouldn't be a competition.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
At least it's
She's
not on
gonna
her
be
chest or anything. What
Part
the
of the
fuck?
fucking $10 shave club. Because what the fuck, man? That's fucking insane.
That's fucking nuts.
That's a lot of fucking hair right there.
Why does she need money for this? She's just doing it.
Yeah.
Why do you need money?
She's only asking for like 1,000 pounds
Yeah,
too,
that was
right?
it.
Or
1,000
something.
pounds to be lazy and not fucking clean stuff up.
What the fuck, man? I wish I would get that. I'd fucking make all kinds
In my
of money.
opinion, and I don't care how sexist this sounds, the only reason you should look like this is if you were a quadriplegic.
Exactly.
Because honestly, she's only hot from the neck up anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
she's kind of like
she's
flat
a beautiful
everywhere.
girl.
though. I don't know.
And I mean,
Except for that
I
middle
mean,
part with the
whatever.
She's
bush.
not beautiful because every photo we've seen so far has her arm in the air, like she's doing a band roll-on
Yeah,
deodorant.
like, check this out. Check out this fucking Muppet I got in my armpit.
She's got Guy Fawkes under her arm.
It's fucked up though. But I mean, I get you get those people out there natural, just let the shit go.
No, that's
and
fucked up.
we saw a girl like that at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. But the thing is, it was
That was a
fucking.
Chewbacca costume.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But it's fucked up. I mean, whatever. There's women that want to be like that. Go ahead.
I think
Do
I think the idea.
Right.
What the fuck is going on upstairs, kid?
It's January.
My dog.
It's January. Leslie just walked into the living room.
She's got the gas-powered Mach 3 in tow.
January.
I mean, I like the idea. The idea that she's raising money for body awareness.
Yeah,
she's
which
trying
is
to
cool.
promote a better body image.
Yeah.
Look, if you don't want to shave, don't shave.
Don't do it.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna look.
No.
But if you don't want people looking at you anyway, so be it. That's your business. This
No,
is
if
what
you
your
don't want
body
people
wants to
looking
do.
at you, do
Yeah,
that.
I mean that's impressive for somebody for fucking.
You don't want people looking at you, do that.
Yeah,
You want to be invisible, grow your leg hair.
Yeah.
it's work for me. I can tell you that.
No, I mean that's impressive for a girl to fucking go out and do that and just show it off
And
like
just
that.
show it off?
But if
Yeah,
you
exactly.
really want to impress me, do it in the middle of fucking summer when it's really hot.
Yeah.
And sweaty.
Right?
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
call it like fucking.
call it fucking
call it-
August Harry.
Call it call it an August of not so fresh wind. That's exactly what it would smell like.
I read that on the outline this week, and I wrote Mike privately. Maybe the best thing he's ever contributed to this show. Absolutely fucking brilliant.
I mean, no,
Oh,
no.
that-
She
is that her?
She went
Is that-
from being,
Wait,
she went from
scroll
being
down again.
feminine
Scroll down to that last picture,
You know,
man.
women
That's
smell
nasty.
nice even whenever. Unless
Are you
do
sure?
That.
Are you sure?
No, once they do that, now she smells like an Italian grinder. Right there. That's a fucking plate of fucking.
No
like,
matter what, it
vinegar
just smells
and
like
fucking
feet.
and oil.
Corn cheese, corn,
just-
corn chips.
Yeah,
Smells like Dave's feet, basically.
yeah.
That's basically what Rayanne felt like when Dave's feet were massaging her.
Exactly.
In her eyes, that is the leg. It was attached to the fucking nappy ass feet that was
Notice,
massaging
you know
her.
what?
notice they cut her feet off.
She's
You'll
a,
get to see
she's a
them.
beautiful looking girl. She
is.
I'm sure she's a beautiful person. You know, I mean, she's doing it for money to raise
doing it for
awareness,
charity.
So, yeah, she's doing it for charity. So
What scares me though is this is a hashtag on
And
Instagram. This means that there's a million other less attractive people
That are
doing
gonna
the
be
same
doing
thing.
it. Oh,
And
yeah.
a lot of people who are even hairier than her.
Get ready, people. The pictures are coming.
I think we need to get on there and share those images as well.
Yeah.
She's the leader of this
she's
movement.
the leader. Yeah.
This is just the start of natural population control.
Yeah.
Like the purge.
I actually have a theory
every
I just thought of.
January.
Maybe this is a direct reaction to the Fatberg. Less things clogging up the drains in England.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
See? Wow.
Yes, there it is.
No hairs.
There it
see?
is.
If this can wasn't full, I would drop it and
So,
walk out.
so this movement was actually put on by the sewage company. Is that what you're saying? I
72
agree.
episodes. 19 months. We finally had a revelation on this fucking show.
It's about hairy legs and Fatbergs.
Fatbergs.
We had to go hire new talent just to make a revelation on this show. But I fucking
And
love
this
it.
is why we exist.
You know what though? Whatever.
I'm all for the movement. I'm all for
Yep.
the cause.
all the power to her.
Hey,
That's
we
what
talked
makes her
about it
happy.
last week. What if it makes you happy? Go for it.
Go
It's no
for
one
it.
else's
Yeah,
position
No one
to
else
judge.
is
Do
fucking-
what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fucked up. But anyway, speaking of hairy guys.
It's not hard to do around this table.
Yeah, shit. Speaking of hairy guys. How about a fucking Montana hunter fires his gun at a man because he mistook him for Bigfoot?
He shot him.
Yeah, he actually hit the
You
fucking
hit him.
guy.
Yeah, I
With some
hate how they
buckshot.
said fired his gun at him like it was a salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking shot the guy.
That's why Mike was gone for 3 weeks. How's the recovery going?
It's going good. I can imagine your uncle. Wait, what?
Hey, Pa, there's a Bigfoot.
How do you say Bigfoot in Portuguese?
Pagarando.
There you go.
I like that. That sounds cool.
Bag it on.
Bigfoot. I'd
Bag
shoot
it on.
that.
Back it on
Yeah,
there.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I don't know. Some headlines just don't need comments. This is kind of where I'm at. I feel like we just want to share this with the audience.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's so fucked up, though. I mean,
sorry. Go ahead.
no,
Mike.
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no, nope. This is your story.
Nope.
I was gonna say I enjoyed this story because this guy already has an idea of what Bigfoot looks like, and he's right. No one's ever seen it before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit,
exactly. No matter what. So how can you? Yeah, exactly. How can you press charges on him? He's like, I thought it was a Bigfoot,
In Dockers.
Exactly.
Right.
and he wasn't lying.
No, he
You
was a
know?
Bigfoot.
Right.
No, he was totally lying. He shot him. He's like, fuck that guy.
Everything I've ever seen on the History Channel, I've never seen Bigfoot with a walker. I don't know. You know.
Yeah,
Oh, with a flannel on.
Right.
exactly. Was this guy walking like dragging his knuckles, fucking throwing rocks at him and fucking snapping trees in half?
Throwing fecal matter at him.
Fecal matter.
Bigfoot ghost
into a
hunters.
table.
Kid, fucking Bigfoot ghost hunters on the move, baby.
That's right.
You know it.
That's right. We're gonna say, dude, there's another ghost.
See? That was probably a ghost.
One more dead Dockers and LL Bean wearing Bigfoot.
Bigfoot was right
All their
behind the guy.
All their names were Jeb. They were just fucking dudes walking around the woods.
I just can't wait for the follow-up story when we find out that Bigfoot, air quotes intended, was fucking this hunter's wife.
No shit.
Call it a hunch.
Exactly. I mean, that's fucked up. Like, oh, what's that? Bigfoot. Bang. Just
Wasn't that the guy's quote? He's like, I don't have time to look. I just shoot.
yeah.
What the fuck?
That's it.
He did say that.
So this guy's
Well,
driving
here's
around
my-
Montana ready to fire a Bigfoot.
Well, let me tell you
That's so
something.
messed up.
Montana has a population less than that of our state.
Montana has a population less than the borough of Brooklyn.
Yes. So
They're
if
fucking,
you're in the woods and you see something, it's probably a Bigfoot.
their IQ is probably on 5 behind the other dude.
Wow, really?
No, I'm kidding. I hope we have no listeners in Montana. No,
Now,
wait.
if we
I
do,
hope
it's 6
have
of them because there's only 7 people living there.
They're all huddled on one recorder listening to an old cassette
more-
tape of a recording we did 3 years ago.
There's more
Yeah.
Bigfoots in Montana than there are
Exactly.
people.
No, Montana is a huge state.
It's big.
Yeah.
Which is gorgeous. But
Huge.
it's got there's nobody there. So I guess if you're walking around the woods and you see a person-like thing walking through, you're like, what the fuck? I haven't seen a person in fucking 6 months. It would have been so much better if the guy just said, I thought it was a water buffalo.
Yeah, no doubt. Or a bear. Hello, what the fuck?
Yo,
I thought it was a Bigfoot. What the fuck, man? Really?
yeah.
Maybe.
He's like,
Hey,
oops,
he's
sorry. You know, I saw it going through. And, you know, the one cop that lives in Montana would be like, well, shit, I get it. Like, you know,
I
there's
shot
nobody here
damn
for miles.
3 people. I hit damn 3 people thinking it was big feet.
They don't have southern accents like that.
Well,
Or do they?
Maybe.
There's
been
only
there?
7 of them. Yeah. And 6 of them are firing at objects way off in the distance.
they probably do have southern accents.
You know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this. Can we get more intelligent and go to Florida?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, this is just bad.
Florida.
All right, so Florida's fucked up. We all know this. Let's get away from. Let's get to more civilized side of Florida.
I was going to say, what
I mean,
what came out
besides
looking
that-
worse tonight? Was it the United Kingdom?
Yes.
Was it Florida? Or was it
I'm
Montana?
going to go with Florida.
I mean, I think Florida wins.
Oh,
but-
Montana just shot a guy. Big deal.
I don't know, man. That fucking Fatberg.
This is America. Happens daily.
I'm with Mike on this one. I got to go with the UK. I think the UK comes out of this badly.
Yeah.
They actually
I mean,
fucking put what's wrong with their sewage system on display in a fucking
yeah, but
museum.
still, we had a woman stuff a tampon in another woman's mouth.
Yeah, but that was.
And a guy licking doorbells.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about the doorbell.
Yeah, but those 2 things happen on purpose. This other fucking thing happened by accident.
Yeah.
The fact that Mike said, yeah, but highlights the problem.
Exactly. That's the whole fucking point.
But
Damn it.
the thing is, I mean, Florida's got some people, that, you know, that are licking doorbells and doing ridiculous shit. This woman just blatantly attacked her family because they wouldn't take her to fucking Outback Steakhouse. No, No, this doesn't shine bad in Australia. We're not talking about the Aussies right now.
It's not the actual
Yeah,
Outback.
we're just blaming their restaurant that they put here.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure Australians don't actually eat bloomin' onions.
No, they don't. They just call them that. And it's not an onion.
It was that British chick's armpit is what it was.
Yes, exactly.
I have no doubt she smelled like a bloomin' onion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Damn, stop fucking making
She
me hungry.
smelled like bloomin' onion, jasmine rice, and papadums.
Oh my God, throw some fucking corn chips in there and we got a meal.
Some canned beef. And just a hint of anus.
Some meat beef.
Just a hint
Intravenous.
to taste. A sprinkling of anus flakes.
But this woman started to beat her parents. Now, I mean, this is a 28-year-old woman.
This is not a kid.
Not a kid.
It's a grown ass woman.
28-year-old woman still living in her parents' house.
Shocking.
So wondering why they won't take her to fucking Outback Steakhouse. And I'm going to guess because they don't have that much money because they've been paying for you to eat and fucking shower and fucking do everything that you do in your life because you're a fucking 28-year-old fucking asshole mooching off your parents. Right?
Can I also make a guess here? Yeah. Crikey, she's a fat whore.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she is.
So she asked them to take it. Can you take me to Outback Steakhouse? They said no. She lost her shit and immediately started beating on them.
Look, man, in her defense, fucking, there's some good food there, man.
Not really.
No, there isn't.
I think I've been there once or twice.
It's like
maybe.
a fucking TGI Fridays with kangaroo.
It's not beat your parents good.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
1:30 in the morning, Taco Bell. That's beat your parents good.
Yeah.
If she had done it with a boomerang,
That would have been awesome, man. Hell yeah, dude.
I'm in. But I don't think she had that kind of like physical skill.
Her parents over the head with one of those.
Didgeridoo. They make them sound so happy.
Hit her over the head with a didgeridoo. Yeah, it's a didgeridoo.
It just sounds like a car revving up an engine. This is music.
Her fucking, the family's last name was Seltzer, and it figures because she's probably diabetic. Because only diabetics fucking drink seltzers.
Nice.
And
Enough
how
onions will do that too.
and how fucking nuts all those fucking diabetics get when they don't get their meat. They go nuts, man.
Did I do something to you guys
No.
tonight? I just feel
No,
like
it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
celebrating.
This
is it. All right.
No, this ain't it. This is
celebrating.
building up to it.
Fair enough. I just love that they named this restaurant after the portion of the country that nobody lives in. Those 9-foot spiders and bats with 8-foot wingspans and tribes that eat each other.
Yeah,
you're eating a steak from a place named after an Aborigine place.
And what's really fucked up is the judge actually, when gave her some fucking probation or whatever, fucking actually told her to stay away from drugs, booze, and weapons. What about telling her to fucking stay away from her fucking parents in Outback Steakhouse?
Well, the best is like drugs, booze, and then they had to throw in weapons at the end.
Well,
All three are available.
Yeah.
At the Outback. They have like a whole corner of just cricket equipment that would be absolutely lethal.
Drugs, booze, and weapons. Shouldn't her counter argument have been, "I live in Florida, Your Honor"?
This isn't a knife. That's a knife.
I'd like if they kept that going. This isn't heroin. That's heroin. Would you like some seasoning for your steak? Yes, bath salts. All right, you know what? Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
What do you say? We're so sitting there looking at each other like a bunch of douchebags.
Yeah.
Most of this was listenable. A lot of it wasn't. Craig, I don't envy you.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but this is why we drink. But, gentlemen, one more time in the middle. For all four of us,
And,
table, yes.
and to Brad for a happy birthday this
Happy
weekend.
birthday, Brad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm going to try to use more inflection tomorrow when I celebrate.
Happy birthday to me. I'm Brad. I'm 30. No, wait.
30?
52 years old.
71 episodes. Son of a bitch never made a comment about my monotone voice.
Nope,
but now
never. But you know what's funny is, what did I say to you today? As soon as you said, I said, I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm going to run with it. I told you right now.
All right, but I'll say this. At least when I talk about that fucking, peninsula hanging off your neck, that was my own original thought.
It was.
Peninsula.
It was.
All right, so fuck that. Gentlemen, thanks so much. This was a great night. Let's do a little housekeeping. Buy our shit.
Yep.
The meat beef shirt is coming soon.
Yes. Meat beef.
There are actually 3 different varieties we're playing with. One of them has an
Playing
anus.
with meat beef?
Always.
Varieties of meat beef.
Always. I'm playing with R. Kelly's meat beef.
It's a little wet, but
It's a yellow shirt.
I was going to say, what color shirts? Only one. Only one. It's yellow on yellow.
gold.
That was his Asian day.
Just the front is yellow.
It's yellow in the front and white in the back.
Yeah.
Just yellow in the front.
It's yellow and white and black all over.
R. Kelly's girlfriend.
On Kelly's guest. On Kelly's guest for the night.
So despite that joke, buy our stuff. Go over to teespring.com, look for Needless to Say swag shop, and buy it. We're going to be reducing prices after this episode. So come in and grab a discount. Also, we are going to be discounting it because we have an extra head to add to the logo.
Yes.
All right, so it is
It's
4
big.
of us for the rest of the way.
It's
It is
huge.
large. It's not quite as big as
As
that
mine.
planetoid hanging off of your neck.
Thank
but
you.
Yeah.
Oh, off his neck?
No,
That
yo,
one?
Fucking.
I thought he was talking about the one hanging
No,
on
he was talking about your extra
Talking
chin,
about
Mike.
that fucking Easter Island fucking monument fucking head.
I will say this. I want to congratulate you on keeping that thing vertical most of the evening.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I'm like, whoa.
Other than that, go check us
whoa.
out on social media. It's at NTS_podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you can't find us, you're really not trying. Can
Yep.
we leave it at that? And then, Mike, since this is the first time we've heard your voice in so fucking long, can you please take us out?
Needless to say, we said it.